Hi, my name is Dennis Gill, and today is November the 9th, 2006. Today I'm basically starting off my musing. I've done a lot of things happen recently that kind of made me think, well, I need to start doing more things, start getting some of my ideas down on some form of medium so that if something happened to me tomorrow, somebody could pick up where I left off. So, starting today, November 9th, I'm going to start recording myself. Today, well, a lot of things happened today. First thing, I had school, so I had to travel up to Muncie at 6 o'clock in the morning to try to make it to my 8 o'clock class on time, and I didn't quite make it, though I did happen to talk to the teacher, and he did mention that I was still well within the realm of getting perfect scores as far as homework goes. I haven't been there for, geez, almost a month now. So, or at least for my recordings, I haven't been there for a month, so that's kind of shaky. Though that is the only class that I hadn't been to in the last month. Every other class I made it because they're not at 8 o'clock in the morning. So that happened. In statistics today, we learned about some new statistical method of calculating or trying to find what the average mean would be if you took a random sample out of a very large group. So the mean of means, the formula is something like z minus, well, the regular formula is z minus x bar, or z minus x bar, c minus x bar alpha over 2 times sigma, which is s over the square root of n, is less or equal to mu, which is less or equal to x or z plus the no, I completely screwed that. It's x bar minus x bar plus or minus z alpha over 2 times sigma, which is sigma equals s over the square root of n. It's used to find the average mean of means if you take an average number. It's used so that you can find out what the average is going to be without actually knowing all the possible, if it's normally distributed in a possible group, blah blah blah. Alright, so that was statistics. ISOM, information systems. Today we learned about Alice. It's a program that you can download from alice.org. It allows you to learn a little bit about programming without having to know programming. It's basically the dumb man's tool for learning about programmatic thinking. I personally don't think that I need that, since I've already done programming with C++ and with Flash and ActionScript, but I can see how it is very helpful for other people. So alice.org, very, very useful for that. And I had lunch, and during lunchtime I got a phone call that I was kind of hoping for and kind of dreading. It was a phone call from Scott from Insight 2, and unfortunately that call was to let me know that I did not get the position. Though he did make a point of saying that I was the only person who didn't get the position that he was calling, because he wanted to make it clear that in the future that he would be looking for me to fill a position when they started getting larger. The company's only about 6 people now, and this person that they're adding now is going to make it 7. So right now they're gradually expanding and getting into their getting their workload spread out some more. But he said that he's looking forward to having me bring me on later, not now. Which I can probably attribute to my lack of video experience, my lack of video editing experience, and then also my lack of material, and possibly to the fact that I'm currently going to school. Currently I'm working at Best Buy. I've got a lot of things that they might have seen as being potential things that could interfere with my ability to work there. I need to work on better lighting here, because looks like I got a nice little shadow there. It's just because the light's up there, and that's just a bad direction for it to be coming from. So yeah, so there was that. And then, of course, I go to my macroeconomics class, and what do we talk about but unemployment, which is perfect because I still have to work. I guess it's not absolutely perfect. Really, we should be talking about underemployment, because she did make a point of noting about, how the unemployment rate for college graduates is a lot lower than everybody else, but she didn't talk about underemployment yet because, well, that wasn't the purpose of the topic today. So there was that, and then also there was the ISOM Lab, which Katie Carson and I, we worked together for the Big Sky Brewery case thing, putting together the outlines. We kind of had an idea of what was going on. That was basically the purpose of the class today. After that, I went to Pokemon, or at least I tried to, but I was the only one there, so I kind of just sat there for an hour, and then the annoying guy came in, and I left and went to get dinner. While I was eating dinner, I decided to watch some video on my iPod. I watched the free episode of Tabloid Wars that iTunes had available a couple of months ago, and had that, had a Frutaza, had some Bosco sticks, just calm me down. And then I went and finished watching the episode in my car. And as I was leaving, I happened to notice that my window was a little dirty, so I pressed the window wipe washer fluid, and I noticed that there was a ticket on my car. Going back, I went back to see why I got a ticket, and I realized then that rather than parking in the yellow spots, I parked, rather than parking the yellow spots right here, I parked here, which is the very end of the blue spots. The yellow spot, I would have been fine. The blue spot, though, I got a ticket. So I'm going to have to go and talk to them about that on Monday. Don't know if I'll be able to get out of it. I mean, pretty much all else being equal, I did screw up. Though it is kind of difficult to tell where the lines end if you're in the middle of the parking lot, which is where I was at the time. And then I drove home listening to the random music on my iPod, since I didn't have time this morning I didn't have time or content this morning to add to the shuffle to make it long enough for the out trip and the in trip. So that's been my day so far. Here in a minute I'm going to try and tape some stuff for that Pokemon segment to get some Pokemon trading card game stuff out there. Me adjusting my decks, but other than that, that's pretty much my musings for the day. From here on in, I plan on recording at least once a day and getting it, adding it to the computer, and maybe putting it up on MySpace or YouTube or something, so that other people can look at it and just, look at how pathetic my life is, and then tell me how to make it better. Alright, well, for November the 9th, 2006, this is Dennis Gill, signing off.